Welcome back, everyone. I was gone for a couple days there, but I'm back with some more action from Kharak Cup number 4. This is going to be Descara versus Begil on the Shallows. Nice map, very macro-heavy map, easy to defend your main. And it's always interesting to see Descara playing Gaalsien. I honestly think he does it because he just kind of wants an extra challenge, you know, like a little bit of a break from the norm. But yeah, this is an important round, obviously. This is the last round from the qualifier section. And so if people are close to qualifying but not sure, they really want to win these rounds here. But I think actually it's almost a show round over here because Descara is undefeated so far. Like, he's already qualifying. It doesn't matter to him what happens. I believe Begil already has qualified as well. I might be mistaken, but I think he has 2 wins, doesn't he? Or maybe he just has 1. I don't know. At any rate, there were only 5 contestants and 4 of them were going to progress to the semifinals. So, you, my sir, how did you come to be where you are? Valve, please fix. Yeah, we've seen this before, of course. It's something about spawning in impassable terrain. I was talking to some people on the interwebs about this one. Like maybe the production cruiser was right here and the salvager comes out there and then goes ah! And pops over to the origin of the map. I don't know. Alright, whatever. I don't think this map is really particularly important to either of these players' progression, but still always fun to try to, you know, see what you can do if you're Begil, and if you're Descara, see how hard you control people. I just realized that I don't have the replay tech viewer installed. That's a little bit unfortunate, but that is fine. I have the native game DLL going vanilla right here. Sensor goes down for Descara. It's going to bait these sand skimmers into taking it out real quick. That actually is good for Descara. I think Scanner's a good pickup, of course, but it would have been better for him to come in at that moment if he's going for some early aggression. But I really wouldn't have advised early aggression on the shallows at all. In fact, even I, you know, the most aggressive of all, I've started just kind of playing a bit more passively on this map just because I feel like you can never really get anything done here, you know. It's so easy to hold the main. Look, refinery mode is already coming out for Descara. We can't see, of course, with Begil, but I'm sure it's not on the way. With this many sand skimmers on the field. That's 500 CUs right there, so it will be difficult. So they're coming in here chewing up a couple salvagers. Actually, these sand skimmers for Descara are going way too deep. And they're just going to get wrecked right here. He knows that he's pulling back, but it is too late. But refinery mode's coming out before too long, so he's going to be able to use this carrier to kind of block this off here. Oh, this sand skimmer survives with 5 HP. I really would have liked to see him stick in there, maybe with the one that was going to die anyway, just for a little bit longer to kill that, but it is a little bit tricky on the micro. Refinery mode is about to finish, and Descara will have 2 bases to his opponent's 1, and you can say 1.5 on RUs right here. He's going for railgun fabrication. No surprises there. 1 artifact can extract for Begil. And it's looking like a pretty standard game from Descara. He's now got 4 sand skimmers here. He's got enough to hold this off, actually. So I really feel that Begil, like, he denied a little bit of long distance mining, but his eco got behind anyway. I don't think that was really a good investment for him to go for this early aggression right here. And he's also probably going to lose the scanner as well, so, because once these guys fall back, you know, the scanner's going to go down too. He has gotten 1 artifact though. I suppose that is significant. And you saw Descara salvaging his early game base runner, hence 497 CUs. That always tilts me just a little bit. Going for heavy rails already, wow. That's pretty early. Normally at this stage people go for some assault railguns, but that would suggest to me he's going for the gold, you know. He wants to get something big done here. 1 sand skimmer coming out here to get some sensors coverage for him. Someone to go flying in the air. I thought I saw someone flying in the air, I guess not. I love these little things in DOK. I hope they never fix it, you know. It's so fun. When like a production cruiser comes out and then, whoa, where did he go? He's like way up in the air. It's so fun. This sand skimmer running all the way over here probably wants to be checking the tech, and I believe that would be, what have you. I believe that would be railguns right there. So one heavy railgun is finished, and now it's an assault railgun getting produced here. Production cruisers on the way. That will take some time though. Another scanner getting put down with the base runner. I love how they reduced the scanner cooldown time. It's very nice. The Gaalsien players did rejoice. The Gaalsien base runner at launch was like so bad. It's a lot better now. I feel old. Anyway, in fact, at very launch, you didn't even get a base runner, did you? You had to produce one. So, going for a second artifact pickup here, but Descara definitely has field control. I feel it's going to be a lot of damage onto this base runner here. And it's not easy to heal these things up. It takes a lot of time. He could use base runner heal to try to take a fight with the sand skimmers, but being behind this hill, that's definitely not going to be good for him. Descara's coming in here, getting a lot of damage again on this base runner. And this is standing there. It likes it. Yes, tickle me more. I enjoy this. Throwing down the base runner heal. And Descara seems to be respecting that. He's just going to pull off the scanner right there. Now there's 2 heavy railguns out on the field for Begil, only 1 for Descara. So a railgun war would actually favor him right now because it's very difficult to get assault railguns up into the front without them, you know, just dying instantly, basically. But I believe his production is double. Yeah, he's got 2 production cruisers to just the 1 of his opponent. He's also on 3 bases to the 2.5 kind of from Begil. Once these guys start mining, it would be 2.5. So Descara really, I feel, can just kind of roll into his opponent's face now. Well, we'll see if that's the strategy, but it really feels like he can just do that. Three heavy railguns now out on the field to 3, with more assault railguns being added to the mix. You can just see how Descara's getting ahead of the game there. Begil also making missile ships, as you can see. There's 1 already finished because he's worried about an air transition. Who wouldn't? It's Descara, right? But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. That missile ship may be a bit to waste. I mean, personally, I don't really like going for anti-air against Gaalsien when I'm playing Gaalsien myself, you know, unless I actually feel like they're going to go for it. Like, I've seen assault ships where I've seen kind of an abnormally low amount of units or something like that. Normally, until that point, I don't... Oh, the Sandskin really wants to die, I guess. Normally, until that point, I don't go for anti-air tech because I feel I don't really need it. Against Coalition, I almost always get it because it's much easier for them to get anti-air, to get air tech, but I feel like it's a little bit unnecessary at this point, you know? Like, just based on the information that Begil has gotten, he shouldn't need that. And Descara is actually playing very, very, kind of passively, I guess, because he knows he's ahead. I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense. Actually, a lot of power reserve for this Gaalsien carrier. It's kind of crazy. 1 artifact getting scored by Descara. I think he's just kind of slowly getting further and further ahead until finally he'll kind of like pop out there and wreck him, you know what I mean? That would be my guess anyway. These sand skimmers here getting a bit caught out of position, but there's no upgrades on any of them, so they're not going to get chased down. And they can retreat back to the carrier, but he's seen several railguns now. 3 on 4 still, but Descara is producing more and more as time goes on. 2 more coming out just about now. Enemy armor inbound. He has assault ships? No, just missile ships. That always kind of trips me up a little bit. These sands, they get sniped by the heavy railguns. Excellent show right there. Oh, another one gets sniped down by railguns. Railguns are annoying that way because, like, they're not anti-sand skimmer units, but sometimes they'll kill them anyway, and you're just like, ah, I feel cheated, you know? They do make a difference in these kinds of fights, you know what I mean? Albeit a small one. Another artifact getting it scored for Descara now. This base runner was headed off to the side, interestingly. Maybe he thought he was playing Coalition for a second. He was going to set up a turret, I don't know. I like these 2 sand skimmers over here, just kind of like producing some vision. Also, that scanner totally saw this play from the sand skimmers from Begil. So, I mean, he knows he's not going to get caught off guard by this positioning at all. It's always a good move. And there are now 3 production cruisers, by the way. He's making an honor guard cruiser off the back of this. 3 production cruisers for his enemy too, I'll admit that. So the economies are about even now, but they've been uneven for so long. If you just look at the units on the field, you know, Descara is just kind of ahead in every metric but sand skimmers, where he's pretty much tied. So any fight that's taken now is definitely going to go in his favor, and I'm honestly kind of surprised he hasn't taken it yet. Moving in with some heavy rails now, or at least contemplating it, but he's gone back. A couple of Sandscammer snipes coming down there, but one missile ship's just going to get wrecked right here. Not totally being paid attention to, although interestingly they're not shooting. Oh yeah, because they're blocked by the carrier, that's funny. He's carrier blocked himself, you know. The railguns are going to find this base runner, but that's not really what he wants to go for. Yeah, he's going to retarget them, but being outnumbered and his opponent being on the high ground, he's just getting rinsed here. However, the Sandscammers have found a really good angle. Really good angle, actually. They're taking out this railgun here. Descara's carrier can do, you know, oh, you gotta kill this one. My dude, you gotta kill this one. No. No. Alright, whatever. Oh yeah, and his carrier's gonna die too. Perhaps that's what he was busy paying attention to. Yeah, that was just, you know, a big force of railguns. Carrier was not, like, incredibly powered up, but quite a bit, and, you know, honor guard cruiser, of course, to take out the railguns of his opponent. I'm so tilted this guy survived, though. But, I mean, if you look at the upgrades, he had railgun armor 3, and those Sandscammers weren't upgraded. So it's not surprising, really, that they took so long to kill these things. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, Descara was just ahead that whole time. And of course, he microed that battle quite nicely as well. But really, I was just kind of waiting for them to fight, and then Descara was just going to win, you know. And it did happen. Took a little while longer than I thought, but there you have it. So, sorry. But yeah, that is Descara going undefeated in the qualifier section. Not too much of a surprise there, but Begil will still be advancing.